Guys, deluded Gooner, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 2. Yeah, man, let's get straight into it. Going into the game, we know what was needed today, man. We need to win to keep our slim hopes of top four alive. Personally, I think with what the ref did last week, for me, it's gone. I'd love to be wrong. Mathematically, it could still be done. I just think it's gone. So we know we need to win today, or get a decent performance and a decent result, because with Spurs are a game behind us, and they're already ahead of us, and they can make up some real ground. Liverpool are flying and grinding out results like you saw versus Burnley. Chelsea have been on great form, and yeah, United look a bit wobbly, but they've got a healthy gap on us. So yeah, we need to make up the ground. So yeah, big calls in regards to the lineup. We know it was touch and go for Koscielny, who's going to be certainly out. Well, you've seen my vid yesterday, Mesut Ozil as well. In regards to the back three that played, or not even the back three, the young players. What did I tell you in the vid last night? There's a good chance Chambers and Holding might get thrown into this again. And when you consider Maitland-Niles and Bellerin's not the oldest, there's a lot of naivety to be played. I mean, on the field, I know Chambers has played a lot of football collectively, especially last year. Bellerin's made a lot of top flight appearances. Maitland-Niles is doing his thing, but they're still young in the sense of how they like to play. So it did worry me a bit. Not that I don't have any faith in them. These are just games, defined margins will decide it. Going into the game, man, first 10 minutes, it was a weird one, man. First 10 minutes, both sides had chances, not that many. When Cech and them, man, were called, and Courtois, both keepers, when they were called for later in the game, they stood up to be counted. But the first 10, it was real compact. Both sides were real reluctant to go forward and not even go forward, to commit so many men forward. First minute, Chambers almost got spun as well, and he really needed to wake up, man. Turning his back on a free kick on the edge of our area. He's a good player. I love Chambers. You guys have seen me salute him and say don't write him off, but that's the naivety I'm talking about. And games like this, you can't do that. Thank God Chelsea didn't have make nothing of it. Alexis had a deflected free kick in the first 10, but other than that, it was very cagey in my opinion. My word, Chelsea surround our players a lot, boy. I like the way Conte plays, man. But yeah, both sides were reluctant, and that they weren't really trying to press. You could see both sides didn't want to give anything away early. It looked like I know we set up with 3 at the back, but if you looked, it looked like a 5. You saw Ozil drop at times. Ozil was deeper than Xhaka, to be honest. So it looked like we weren't going to do any. We weren't trying to give anything away. And I'll give credit to Wenger. I know, because of the dramatics of the game and what happened, and the fact that the ref did his thing, and ultimately we didn't win, which we should have, but we didn't. I have to give him credit because the tactics were there, to be honest, and the players were up for it. So yeah, man. Like I said, I can't really see where we went wrong, to be honest. Throughout the first half, we were having joy down the left-hand side. You saw Maitland-Niles, Ozil, Alexis, Lacazette in times as well, Jack, doing their nice little threaded passes through, and Courtois had to be equal to a lot of saves. Particularly in the 9th minute, we didn't take advantage, man. You saw a lovely bit of play, Bellerin nutmegging guys and them things there. Like I said, just another quick note on Chambers. There were about 3 occasions he turned his back. He played an underhit pass. There was one which really annoyed me, which you're a centre half. You should be any centre half. What are you told as a defender? In fact, as a fullback, be pessimistic. Don't expect and rely on people behind you. Meet that. He let it bounce. Cech is nowhere to be seen. We're on a halfway line. That could have went worse for us. Morata didn't have his shooting boots on today, and that's an understatement. I like Morata, but he was a dud today for sure. He was a dud today. So yeah, we really should have done better, man. 23rd minute or so, Lacazette could have shot with a bit more venom into a corner or something, but Courtois made an excellent save. We had a lot of opportunities, snatch chances like that, which Courtois was equal to. They had a couple as well, which Cech had a good game today as well, which tells you everything. If both the keepers are arguably have cases to be man of the match, I don't think they are for either side, but you get the point. Now, we should have done something, man. 38th minute, we had a lovely opportunity with Ozil, Wilshere and Jack. We really should have done. We had a lot of opportunities in the first half. We really should have put to bed, and I'm sure Chelsea fans would agree that we should have scored a few, and likewise they should have scored a few because they counter-attacked. Hazard should have had his shooting boots on in the first half. I think Hazard was terrific in the second half and showed why he's Hazard. And obviously in the first half, you saw him make men dance and commit, but he didn't have the best of first halves. Morata was getting opportunities. Food and drink should be finishing. Sets were picking man out. Guys were going to score. Moses, I don't know what was up with Moses. He weren't trying to cross the ball. But me as an Arsenal fan, I'm going into half-time and my notes are literally I'm just thinking we should have scored. Alexis hit both posts. I forgot to mention that great effort. Lovely save, and it bounced off twice. That's a sheg. Both sides got shagged, really. Both sides can claim to have won it. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan and we were done the injustice. Obviously, I'm always going to say that because it was a weak penalty, but we'll allude to that later, man. But like I said, man, we should have scored. I was impressed with the 5 at the back. This is half-time. I was impressed with Maitland-Niles and Hector to Bellerin. Chambers looked rattled. 43rd minute, Chambers did get saved with that lovely challenge he made on Hazard, I think, to deny him a counter-attack. It boosted his confidence. And yeah, I was really looking at experienced players thinking, all right, cool, you kind of need to coach Chambers through the game. I know he's played how many games, but we all have bad games. He's had two other good games on the spin for us. You're going to have a bad game, and obviously this is not the bad games to be playing bad. Then you got a chance to show your levels, and there's cases for us to sign a centre-half, and then things there. But he's having a bad game at this point. He was coaching him, telling him to just calm down. I don't know at this point. But yeah, that's my thoughts going into half-time, man. It's just a typical of we're building chances. It was a better performance than I'd expect against Chelsea. I mean, I know we played very well because of this. Ironically, because of the same context of us needing to win at Stamford Bridge. But we was certainly a better performance in the first half than I would have thought 24 hours ago. I mean, Chelsea had chances, we had chances. By the same logic, Arsenal didn't have any chances and neither did Chelsea. It was a very weird game. I was very confident with our play going forward. Normally, as an Arsenal fan, you know, I don't need to tell you how Arsenal play. Non-Arsenal fans know it's a comedy thing now. You look at the 5-1s against Liverpool a couple of years ago and all the dramas from Liverpool, Chelsea, or back in the day, not really under Conte, but before. You guys know, innit? So yeah, it's 0-0 at half-time. That's the only saving grace. We need to build upon this, grab a goal and them things. 50th minute, Maitland-Niles playing confident, one of our better players on the pitch, busting step overs, sent Moses, standing him up, sold him, lovely cross. Obviously Alexis Sanchez, it'd be lovely if he grew a couple inches, but he ultimately couldn't get there. Another opportunity, Jack Lacazette, and in the 51st, Jack Lacazette, Ozil and Alexis are bombing down as well, but again, not snatching at opportunities again. We're not doing good enough. Finally, we get the breakthrough in the 62nd minute or something like that. Eventually, lovely bit of play. I think Holding actually technically gets the assist, or it comes off Chambers or something. Either way, it falls to Wilshere and he smashes it home. I think he even takes a deflection, but who cares? We'll take that. It's 1-0 at this point. Ozil started it. Ozil was amazing. Even on top of that as well, in the first half, I forgot to say, you saw Ozil drop it. You saw Ozil, he was next to, like I said, Xhaka and Wilshere. Towards the end, especially the last 20, last 10, you saw him go back into it from being free, like a free here, my hand is messed, a free here, to being a traditional 10 going forward and being behind, them two in Wilshere and Xhaka being behind him, if you get what I just did. Terrible, but yeah. We're snatching that chances, and we finally got our goal 1-0. You're thinking it's cool. No, ref strike. Bellerin a bit naive to swing his foot, of course, because you know the Premier League. You know Hazard's got every right to go down there. I know he shouldn't, but this is with the game we live in. And if that was Alexis, I want Alexis to do the same. It's not a penalty. Alexis is holding his shin. Like, he kicked his lower foot, if anything, and he's holding his lower shin. He's holding his upper shin. What's going on? Chelsea fans are always going to say it's a pen. I'm always going to say it's not a pen. It's not a penalty. So, yeah. Czech's having a good game, but I mean, even the most optimistic Arsenal fan, and even them mad Wenger-in fans, they won't bet on Czech to save a penalty, and which he doesn't. Hazard scores his first goal at the Emirates, I believe. I was shocked when I heard that on the TV. I thought that was a rumour or a lie, to be honest with you. It felt like, so yeah, it's 1-1. Zappacosta does very well to beat Maitland-Niles. One of the first times Maitland-Niles gets beaten in the game. Terrific. And he puts it in, fullback to fullback. Fantastic finish, equal to the cross from Alonso as well. And I told you, man, Alonso running into these vacant spaces. We've seen it enough times. You saw it against Spurs at Wembley. We've seen it against Arsenal before. We saw it at Stamford Bridge when Bellerin unfortunately got injured. It's 2-1 at this point, and you're thinking, all right, cool. It's done now. It's typical Arsenal, smash and grab. My Chelsea friends are actually going mad on WhatsApp to me, thinking we played poor, but they played poor, but they smashed and grabbed it now. And you're just thinking top four's gone now because we got shagged out of 3 points last week. We've now been shagged this game. That's 4 points in 2 games. Just gone out of thin air. And you're thinking, all right, top four is really gone, and I still think it's that. We deserved our last minute goal, 93rd minute or whatever, man. It's another Spanish fullback. Bellerin smashes home a volley, man. Smashes home a volley, and it's 2-2. We deserve it because of the injustice. We didn't deserve to lose the game. Both sides deserved a point, but both sides really deserved to lose, and both sides deserved to win by that strange logic. I know it doesn't make sense, but the draw with Liverpool and Arsenal didn't make sense. We need to stop playing evening fixtures versus big teams at the Emirates. Mesut Ozil was terrific today. I mean, he's been terrific versus United in our defeat, Chelsea today, Spurs, Liverpool in the draw, but he doesn't turn up in big games because he doesn't slap his shirt and spit everywhere. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, it is what it is. We'll take 2-2 because it looked like we were going to get shagged. The ref shouldn't have acted up in the first place. I'm always going to say that. But it's 2-2. We live to fight another day. FA Cup now comes into on Sunday. We take a back burn in the Premier League and then we go again. But yeah, man, guys, Deluded Guna, get in the comments, subscribe. I'm signing out. Thank you very much for watching.